Hey guys, and welcome to Natural Aesthetics. So I'm going to explain my new lower and upper body training split. I'm now training 4 days per week, 2 of which will be on lower body and 2 on upper body. Now each session on lower body will be different, so there'll be a subtle change in either exercise, sets or reps, and the same will apply to upper body too. So this is lower body number 1, and I'm starting things off with squats, working up to a set of 5 at 166. Relatively moderate weights, didn't feel particularly comfortable. The reason why the weights are so low is to allow myself momentum over the next few weeks to push the weight up and hopefully in a couple of months finish with a heavier the weight than what I was doing in the previous program. So I allow my body to reset, to have a little breather from lifting the heavy loads, and then over the next few weeks hopefully get up to those levels again and further. I also do hamstring curls, 5 sets of 8, and calves 3 sets of 12 after my deadlift session. Deadlifts will be a little bit more challenging on this program as I'm now doing them after squats, whereas before I was doing them on a separate day. So we'll see how that goes. Upper body day number 1, starting things off with bench press, 105 for a very easy 5. A little bit of a niggly shoulder on this, didn't feel particularly smooth. Overhead press felt great. 66k for a very easy 5, and again the same principles apply to my lower body. I'm starting off relatively light and then working up over the next few weeks, hopefully gaining momentum as I progress through the training program. This is predominantly a back day, back and arm day. I do 2 pushes within this workout, but I do a lot more volume on back. I do 5 sets of 5 on pull-ups. Just starting with body weight. I haven't really done pull-ups consistently for a long time, so I wanted to start light and then hopefully add a little bit more weight each week, perhaps finishing on 20k plus. Now I have gone as heavy as 60k pull-ups when I was very light before my show last year, but that will take me some doing to get back up there as I'm a little bit heavier now. Also do a fair few sets of low row, mixing between a looser style and strict. Great back pump from these. You know, looser form on back is just another way to increase the intensity. That's the way I see it. So don't be scared of sometimes using a little bit of momentum on the lifts. Now you couldn't do that for chest or for shoulders. It just, you know, it's impossible to do that. Once you fail, you fail. But on certain exercises, it can help you out. And here's another one. After doing close grip bench press for my heavy arm exercise, I follow it up with cheek curls, dumbbells. Which again I had done consistently, and then I've sort of had a bit of a breather from these. 34 kilo for 4 sets of 5 or 3 sets of 5. Not too challenging. And then I also do 2 lighter exercises for more reps and sets for arms. So I did about 5 sets of this for my triceps. Focus is to keep the elbows close into the body, guys. You don't want to let them flare out, and also don't let the rope touch. If you let the rope touch, your shoulders are going to be coming too far forwards. The exercise becomes easier, and you're really minimising the amount of tricep stimulation on the exercise. So keep the rope separated. I follow this with some cable curls. Again, 4 or 5 sets of about 12 reps, I think. Going hard on these. I don't particularly start too light on these exercises. I just do a good moderate weight for a good amount of reps and sets. It's more of the main exercises, the more taxing exercises where you're using a lot of weight, that I would generally start lighter and progress through the weeks of the training program. But these I can just hit hard straight away. So thanks for watching, guys. Lower body number 2 and upper body number 2 will be coming shortly within the next couple of days, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't, and stay strong. Hey guys, welcome to Natural Aesthetics. This is the second part of my upper lower body training split, featuring the latter 2 sessions of the week. Starting off with lower, and as always, first exercise is squats, working up to a heavy set of 3 as opposed to 5 this time. The weight is 170. I then drop down to 8 rep set at 120 25, I think, for a very easy set of 8. I've been having trouble with my left knee up to this session. I had to foam roll it and stretch it a lot in the day prior to this, but it was okay during the session. It's since sort of tightened up a little bit, so I'm going to have to keep my eye on that, keep foam rolling it. And it does appear to get better as soon as I loosen it up. It's some sort of tightness in my IT band, I think, around my thigh area. It's just putting the time in to make sure that you're loose enough to continue training. It's pretty much the same as my first lower body session of the week, but I don't deadlift, and I do more work on hamstring curls and calves. I do 6 sets of 20 on calves, pretty intense. Again, on most exercises here, starting light, but over the next few weeks I'll be putting the weight up. Also do some high intensity intervals at the end of this session. I use the Watt bike, which is basically a spin bike with a LCD screen on it to show you the power in wattage, RPM, time, distance, stuff like that, so it's really cool. Basically all I do is set up a series of 6-second intervals. So I pedal as hard and as fast as I can on a high gearing for 6 seconds, and I basically try to keep the wattage around about the same per each interval. I then pedal slowly in between each one. I started off, I just did like 4 of them, it took like 10 minutes, making sure I had good rest in between each interval so I could keep power quite high. And I'll be sort of playing around at that in the next few weeks, trying to increase the amount of intervals that I do, and perhaps the time that I do each interval for. Really good for fat loss and generally just increasing work capacity. There's a link in the description box which will take you to my blog, and I did a recent article on intervals and a thing called epoch and why that's good for you and for weight control. Okay, this is my upper body session, second session on upper body for the week, and again it's pretty much the same, but some slight alterations in the exercises and reps. I start off with bench, work up to a heavy set of 3 as opposed to 5, so it's around about 5% heavier on this day on my last set and the first day upper body. I then do some barbell row as opposed to pull-ups. I do 2 heavy sets and then 2 lighter sets for 8 reps. Pretty good form on these barbell rows. Again, it's an exercise that I will increase the weight each week over the next couple of months. I then move on to dumbbell incline and follow exactly the same protocol for barbell row. 2 heavy sets and then 2 lighter sets for slightly higher reps. So 5 reps, 2 sets, and then 8 reps for 2 sets. Again, that weight will be going up as the weight is relatively light to start off with. I then do 3 sets of 12 with dumbbell shoulder press. Haven't done this exercise in a long time. Just 30 kilos used here, but it got pretty tough towards the end of the last set. I managed 12, 12 and then 11. So that means that I'll stick on the same weight next session until I hit 3 sets of 12. I won't take the weight up. I also do some arms at the end of this session. Close grip bench press, which is the same as the first upper body session, but I do 8 sets of 3 as opposed to 5 sets of 5. I then do heavy preacher curls, 5 sets of 5, before doing some supersets, high volume, sort of relatively high reps, which I think are called. So that's basically sessions 3 and 4 for the week, slightly different from sessions 1 and 2. I'll be following the same routine now for at least 2 to 3 months, upper lower, and I'll post my progress for next week, hopefully in a couple of days. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay strong and stay tuned for more.
Thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe if you like.